So due to the great success of my last video, which was the best ways to make money in GTA 5 Online solo, and because of that, I'm going to be making a part 2 to that video. So just like the last video, I'll be listing 5 ways, because I did 5 ways last time, so I'm going to be doing that again. So if you haven't seen the first video already, go check that out after watching this one, as you will have missed quite a few really good solo money making methods. But without further ado, first off, like and subscribe for more GTA 5 online content, and without further ado, let's jump straight into this one. So these activities and businesses are in no specific order, but starting off, we are going to be going through the nightclub business. Now, the nightclub business is used by grinders and players who want to make money all the time, and it's especially good for solo players, as none of the delivery vehicles and none of the activities require more than one person to do. So this business can be fully operational, and you can maximize the amount of money from this business even if you are solo. But what are the ways you can actually make money with this business? So first, you have the actual legitimate side, which is the nightclub, through nightclub popularity. Now there's a bar in the bottom right of your nightclub that says popularity. The further that bar is filled, which means your bar is more popular or your nightclub is more popular, it means you'll be generating more money. Now, you make $50,000 for a full popularity bar every 48 minutes real time, which is 1 in-game day, I believe. Do not quote me on that. Now, as the popularity bar goes down and down and down, you will get less and less every 48 minutes, which I believe can go down to about $1,000, which is bad. So you need to stay on top of this business. But how do you actually gain nightclub popularity? Well, there's quite actually a few ways you can do this. First off, you can do nightclub popularity missions, which can be accessed or done through the computer inside the layer part of the nightclub, the office space. Now, these missions are very simple and usually don't take more than 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes is how long they take, and there's quite a few of them. Basically, you could get in a helicopter and throw flyers out over certain areas, and that will gain you quite a few popularity bars. Now, thankfully, in the contract DLC, I believe they changed popularity quite a bit. Before, you would only get 1 bar of popularity per popularity mission, and obviously that will take ages to fill up. But now I believe you get 2 or 3, potentially even 4 bars of popularity every popularity mission you do. Now, you can also recruit a new DJ. Now, obviously, when you start the nightclub, you get Solomon, who instantly fills up your popularity bar to full, but after a while, the crowd gets a bit bored of him, and if you are really desperate, you can buy a new DJ. There's quite a few to choose from, and they have different music and stuff, for $100,000. Now, you will do a quick pickup mission, you'll pick them up, you'll bring them back to the nightclub, and they'll start playing, and for a while, you will have a full popularity bar for quite a while, and you'll earn that $100,000 investment for the DJ back very quickly. Now, there are actually also other ways to make money with this business. The other one is actually the selling product side. So you have the legitimate nightclub running, like you do the bar and you get the popularity and you get the passive income, but then you have the illegal side, which is sourcing the crates. Now, or getting the crates, which you do by applying staff members, and they basically source crates for you. So it's very passive, and you can link your other businesses into the nightclub, and the nightclub almost acts as a hub for all those different businesses. Now, the nightclub is quite a complicated business, and there's so much to cover about the nightclub. I won't be going through all of it in this video. I'll make a completely separate video for the nightclub, and there are also some really good nightclub tutorials already out on YouTube if you are not fully grasping this business or you want to take it to the next level. But I will just go over it very briefly here. You can sell your nightclub stock, your cargo sale, for $1.5 million solo. Now, it does take time for these crates to come in, and you can also bump up your cargo by doing business battles. If you deliver business battle crates to the nightclub, that will also count towards your cargo sale. Now, if you source crates and stuff for other businesses, they act independently, so you have to source them via the nightclub. So it acts as a hub, but the businesses still act independently from said nightclub. So you can't just run all the other businesses from the nightclub. If you know what I mean, it's quite complicated, but anyway. And what's great about the cargo sale mission is you can make $1.5 million solo, which is great, and there's only one delivery vehicle, and you can actually customize this delivery vehicle, making it faster, adding armor, adding mines, adding a gun on top. So if you do decide to sell in a public lobby, then you can actually defend yourself, because what I don't like about some of the other businesses, like the post box mission for the cocaine lockup for example, is the vehicle is so slow. It has no armor, it can't take any rockets, any sort of explosion, you're done. But with this business, you can invest a bit more in your security for your vehicle, and you could actually survive a griefer attack, giving you those few more seconds, potentially crucial seconds, to either close your application or restart your game. And yes, you will lose some product doing that, but at least not all of it will be lost. But obviously, like I always say, I do suggest you sell in private lobbies, as if you didn't know, you can do that now without any repercussions or anything like that. So the nightclub is a great solo activity to do. It can be done, and there's lots of stuff to do with it, so you probably won't be getting bored anytime soon. The next business / activity that I'll be talking about is the agency. Now, the agency business was added back into Contract DLC, which, if you do remember, that was the Lamar Franklin Dr. Dre storyline, but there was also a business to go with it. But how do you make money with the agency? Well, just like the nightclub, there are quite a few ways you can make money with the agency. So let's start off with the passive income. Now, you can make up to $20,000 every 48 minutes, which is every in-game day, by doing nothing. Now, basically, you build up to that 20,000 passive income every day by doing the contract missions. Now, there are smaller contract missions. You have the Dr. Dre contract, which rewards $1.6 million after completing every single mission for your first completion. But these smaller contracts can be done in about 10 minutes, maybe even less than that if you are using an oppressor or some sort of faster vehicle. And after you do one, it builds up your passive income. So say you're earning 5,000 passive income base before doing any contract missions. If you do one contract mission, you'll be earning then $5,500 every single 48 minutes, which is good because these contract missions are actually very good for money as well, because you can make between $30,000 to $80,000 depending on how difficult these missions are. Now, there are 3 different difficulty ratings for these missions, and I would advise you choose the most difficult one, because it's not even that difficult. It's still pretty easy and could reward $80,000. And Rockstar has done double money on agency contract missions before, so if a double money week does come around, you could be making $160,000 for 10 minutes of work, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, there are also some other missions to do with this business, which are payphone missions. Now, you can actually request these missions from Franklin just by calling him and clicking request payphone mission. Now, you'll have to drive up to the payphone box, which will be indicated on the map, and you start the mission. Now, if you haven't done these missions before, basically it's an assassination mission. You have to assassinate a target, and base you will get $15,000 for doing so. But there's actually a bonus that will pop up in the top left of your screen, which if you do complete said bonus, which could be, for example, on screen right now, blowing up the guy in a taxi with a gas explosion, which is basically drive into one of the petrol pumps or gas pumps at the petrol station or gas station, whatever you want to call it. And I got rewarded $85,000. So that's that $15,000, and the bonus is $70,000, which is, shitty maths here, more than 4 times the amount that you'd be getting for just completing it without the bonus. So this agency business has lots of ways to make money, and if you do play quite a bit and do like doing a good variety of missions, then this one could be for you, as it's a great way to make good money. The next activity up on this list is the time trial. Now, time trials are really slept on by some players in this game, and new players, if you are watching, this is a really good activity for you, as there is no investment required apart from you need quite a fast vehicle. but I would just advise going for the Batty 801R as it's very fast and only costs about $15,000, I believe. But anyway, what is a time trial? Well, a time trial, they change every single week. The location changes every week from Rockstar, so you can make $100,000 every single weekly reset. But basically, you bring a car or a bike, something of this nature, to the starting line, and you have to beat a par time by driving pretty fast along a certain route. Now, I would advise going with a motorbike, as a lot of these courses are kind of technical, and you will have to take quite sharp and narrow shortcuts and stuff like this, especially with this week's. If you're watching the video past the 22nd of September to the 28th of September in this window, this week's time trial is actually quite difficult and requires a motorbike 100%, because a car would just, like, you know, spin out or just isn't fast enough and can't really deal with the rough terrain. Because a lot of these time trials, they can take place on dirt, off-road, or on the street, so you need a vehicle that can do it all. Now, also, motorbikes have a tighter turning radius, so you can make corners at fast speed. You can also wheelie to gain and maintain good speed to make these much faster. But usually these time trials are much easier than that, and you just go along a tarmac road for about a minute and you get an easy $100,000. Now, this week as well, the week 22nd of September 2022, it's double money on time trials. Now, you can only get the double money bonus once, and you can only make that once because it's $200,000 for 2 minutes of work. Like, who's not going to pick that up? Really easy money, really good for solo players as it only requires one of you, and also new players as well, because there's no initial investment required for this activity. So I would recommend doing this ASAP. Another activity I would suggest you guys start doing more or participating in is business battles. Now, business battles randomly happen anytime during the day, especially in larger sessions. Now, what is a business battle? Well, a business battle is where you have to go to a certain location, do some activities, a puzzle perhaps, kill some enemies, stuff of this nature, and then steal some crates, such as a vehicle or something like that, and deliver it back to either a location or your nightclub if you own a nightclub. So if you do own a nightclub, these are actually really good, and you should not sleep on these. And even if you don't own a nightclub, you should be doing them, as you can make some pretty good money. Now, for every crate that you take, it's $10,000 per crate. And some of these business battle missions, such as the aircraft carrier mission, there's about 8 or 12 crates. So if you're doing this in a large group of people, well, you could get every single crate by yourself and make $120,000, which is really easy work. But unfortunately, there is sometimes a lot of PvP involved, because obviously there's a big target on the map, this business battle area. People will want to steal the crates from you. So you will have people on oppressors, people shooting you, people will try to kill you. So there's a bit of PvP, so if you do actually like that, then maybe this could be for you. Now, obviously, you'll get very mad, as there's always that one guy who comes on the oppressor every single time, like I'm doing in the background of this video, bullying this guy so that I can get the crates. Now, some of these can be quite challenging. A lot of the time, there are a lot of Merryweather enemies there. Maybe there's military enemies with heavy body armor, and there's also other players there. And there are also lots of different missions to do, so you probably won't get bored. You won't get the same business battle back to back to back. The only thing is, these business battles are a lot about luck, as they randomly happen. You will either get a free mode event, such as, like, you know, fly under some shitty bridges or something, or you'll get a business battle, and 9 times out of 10 you'll get some shitty free mode event that gives about $5,000, which nobody does. I rarely see anybody doing it unless it's like top speed on a motorbike or top speed on a car. Those are the only ones people seem to do. But yeah, I would really recommend doing these if you aren't already, as if you're not doing anything anyway, why not go and participate in business battles if you're bored, because they can be a lot of fun sometimes, and they can be absolute carnage, and they're an absolute blast. And finally, we're on to the final activity that you can do if you are a solo player that I would recommend doing, and that's double triple money jobs. Now, Rockstar every single week releases a newswire on their website, rockstarnewswire.com or whatever the fuck it's called, And basically there they have details of their triple and double money jobs for that week. Now it could be a business, so say vehicle warehouse, it could be double money, but they can also get double and triple money on activities. Now this week it's double money on death matches, which are basically PvP matches like COD, where you kill each other until you get to a certain death toll or a certain amount of kill. Now these are completed in under about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes seems to be the amount of time, and you can make about $50,000 for winning. Keyword winning. Now you do have to be pretty good at PvP for this, as there are some massive sweats. As you can see on screen right here, I'm completely dogshit at GTA PvP. I just cannot get around with the gunplay and the movement. I'm just absolutely terrible. And this guy I'm coming up against is insane. He's locking on heads, he's rolling about and shit, and he's really good. The other team absolutely blasted us. As you can see, we only got 2 kills. And in the end of this, I actually only got about $5,000 because we did terrible. But if you are very good at PvP and you get 10 kills per se, you could make $50,000 for winning plus those 10 kills, which if you do these back to back to back, only taking 10 minutes, you could make something like $500,000 in just over an hour. And if you're a new player, then, well, this is great. You can do this with friends, or you can do them with randoms on your own. Now, I tried to find a job and failed for this, and just hosted one myself and invited people from lobbies and stuff and made the match open, and people joined in under a minute because people do like these sort of missions, especially deathmatch. Now, some weeks, if it's like double money on Arena War, then unfortunately you won't be able to take part in those because Arena War, nobody plays that. Complete dog shit activity, dog shit business. But usually these are very fun and lobbies will get filled very quickly. But that's all for today's second part of the basically top 5 best ways to make money in GTA 5 Online solo. It's the second part of the video. Now, don't forget to go watch the first part that's still on my channel. A link will be in the description, and also there'll be a tag on screen that you can click on now. Like and subscribe, and like always guys, take care everyone, and have a great day.